Okay, Jimmy Kimmel has been suspended indefinitely at ABC. I'm going to give my take on that here. My first thought is I'm really not surprised. I'm not like that interested in the story. I'm obviously interested enough to make a video on it, but 5 years, I think this would have been a massive deal. 10 years ago, certainly. I just think it was inevitable that these shows will be off the air. Like, how could they possibly make money? They would have massive staffs. It was revealed like Stephen Colbert, maybe not revealed, but 200 people, I believe, work on that show. There's so much competition. Tim Pool, Benny Johnson, say someone on the left, like, I don't even want to say them because they're so unhinged lately, but maybe let's say the Young Turks. Way less of a staff, pulling big numbers as well. I don't know how these big talk shows are going to compete. And then the other thing is, actually, I'm going to save the other point for later. Remember when President Trump, Donald Trump at the time, used to actually go on these shows? These shows have gotten so partisan lately, it's incredible.
The answer is yes, but the people in New Hampshire, where I'm going to be in about an hour from now, I hope they're going to understand. Okay?
You say yes?
Go ahead with my hairspray.
I don't care what you say, that's better. That is way better for America, for the world, when stuff like that is happening. These shows, they didn't have to do this. They did not have to pivot so far left. That's my opinion. Ironically, I don't think Jimmy Fallon seemed that into it. That's just total speculation. He seemed to not love talking about, maybe I'm wrong on that, I don't know. Did you guys think Jimmy Fallon is just as left as other talk shows? Let me know. And my other point is going to be pretty related to the fact that I just don't think it's that surprising, given the ratings, given just how competitive the internet, the content game is now. When you have all these writers, all this production, it's going to be tough. The other thing is, obviously, these shows have gotten so partisan, people will say things like, oh, they only have half the audience. Because all these shows, whether it be Seth Meyers, Colbert, Kimmel, Fallon, have gotten so left that, oh, they're only playing to half of America. I would argue it's actually way less than that. You're not going to get hardly any Republicans. You're maybe going to get the Democrats. Independents, by many measurements, are the largest block of people in America. I don't think many independents are interested in just constantly getting hit with information from one side. I don't think many independents, for example, would love like the flip side of these shows if it was all right wing. And the other thing, even the Democrats, so many people, myself included, want like a talk show. Like Don Rickles is my favorite comedian of all time. He would go on these shows. He would go on Jimmy Kimmel's show, actually. And Jimmy Kimmel was great in those appearances. But this is quite a while ago now. Like Jimmy Kimmel was just laughing. But Don Rickles would go on these shows, make everybody laugh. So many people, I think, when you're done a day of work, like there's so much of the news already political. Why do I need to listen to an 8-minute monologue from Colbert or Kimmel or Fallon about politics? So I think that my main point is I think the 50% thing, I think the actual audience for these shows, it's maybe like 25% of the country as your potential audience, because you alienate everybody on the right, you alienate a lot of independents, and you alienate everybody that doesn't want to think about politics on a random Wednesday when it's not even an election year. Like, I, by the way, cover politics. I love politics. I feel like that all the time, especially when an election isn't coming up. It's like, I don't care that Trump said a crazy thing to the leader of Finland or the leader of Poland or some other random person. Like, at some point, just it's nice to watch shows where they're not telling you about their politics. But anyway, so I'll finish the video there, but those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.